what's up? This is Jake.
This is Jinx from Blackfield Brides.
And I'm Sammy from My Satellite. And we're here to show our support for the families, victims, and everybody who was affected by the devastating tsunamis and earthquakes that happened in Japan last March. Jake and Jinx were actually in Tokyo on tour when the 8.9 earthquake struck. Can you guys kind of describe to the viewers what your experience was like?
Yeah, it was terrifying. Basically, we were in Harajuku getting ready to play a show at Soundcheck, and I just hear Jinx go, "Earthquake," and I didn't really feel it yet. And I look at him, I was like, "What?" And then he just shouted it again, and then...
Yeah, and our sound guy actually said, "Oh no, this happens all the time, you know, we're used to it." And I saw the speaker stack swaying back and forth, and you know, my eyes were really big. Like, I've been through an earthquake before in California, but nothing that big. And all of a sudden, his eyes got really big. He said, "Oh no, this is a big one! Everyone get out! Everyone get out!" And you know, then we spilled out into the streets, and then everybody was out in the streets, screaming and crying, and
yeah, just we ran out there. It was so weird. You could barely stand up, and we looked across the street. There was a Forever 21 and H&M, just buildings just swaying into each other. Power lines are flying everywhere, and people are just down, ducking on the ground. And we're just looking around like, what do you do? What are you supposed to do? And it was just kind of really hard to grasp what was actually happening and how big it was, because we had no idea.
And yeah, and then you know, after things calmed down a bit, everyone's like, "All right, everyone back inside," as though, you know, we're just gonna go about our day. You know, and nobody really had an idea of how big it really truly was at that point. We went back in to continue sound checking for the show, and then it happened again. We had an aftershock, and it was almost as big.
The first aftershock was a 7.1, which is huge. And yeah, so we ran back outside again, and at that point, I was just kind of like, okay, what is happening here? Like, this can't be good. And it just started to get really scary at that point, and you know, people were outside crying on the ground. There's people trying to get our autographs, and it was just really confusing.
It was just chaos. Yeah.
Yeah, and we did what we could. We played the show anyway. The people that were already there in line.